Hey world, it's your host Marshall, and thanks for tuning into my podcast, Run On Thoughts. Here we talk about everything and nothing because we are not afraid to be all of ourselves even as we evolve. And that's my thought for my fellow thought thinkers as we unpack our traumas, past hurts, and other BS. Y'all ready? Let's go. Hey thought thinkers, let's go. I am always ready, willing, and able to unleash all of the thoughts that I have inside of me. I can't wait to get on this podcast and share the ideas and the thoughts that are storming around in my head. Today, as usual, I want to stand in a place of gratitude and thank every single last one of you for listening. My prayer is that you are getting what you need to unpack, to unlearn, and to become your most authentic self. I want to thank those of you who are listening for the very first time, and I welcome you. We welcome you to go to runONthoughts.com and subscribe, listen, share, become a thought thinker because you deserve you today. With that, today's episode, I can't wait. Silence is an answer to. Ain't that some shit, y'all? Silence is an answer to. We have discussed no. Last week we discussed so, right? After no and after so comes nothing. Not responding, not explaining. I am so excited for the idea that we don't have to do nothing because it is time to stop speaking boundaries and start embodying them now. Right? That is the growth that we are talking about. We are getting stronger. We are saying no. We are saying so. And now we are so mother effing smooth that we can just say nothing. Because I've been thinking, I'm always thinking, guys. I'm always thinking about how quick we respond to defend, to explain, to prove ourselves. Like every message needs a reply. Every misunderstanding needs clarity. Every version of us that someone gets wrong needs correcting. But what if it doesn't? What if silence is the answer? Not because you don't have anything to say, but because we are finally learning that everything doesn't deserve our voice. See, what we've been taught, that silence means weakness, that silence means avoidance, even guilt. But I'm starting to realize sometimes silence is the strongest response that we have. Because right there in the silence, it's the moment we choose peace over being misunderstood. It's the moment we stop over-explaining our boundaries. It's the moment we say, I don't need to participate in this. So today, guys, I'm just going to keep it simple. Silence is an answer to. And I know that today's episode is for me. Because if you know me, guys, you know that I talk a lot. I talk a lot when I'm out with people. But if you really, really know me, you know that I also spend a lot of time with myself, a lot of time reading, a lot of time decentering, a lot of time unpacking my own thoughts. I need to be with myself in order to give myself back the energy that the world has taken from me. But I do talk a lot. Yes, I watch a lot. I am nosy. I am listening a lot. I am observing a lot. But I used to believe that I have to have an answer for everything. But as I'm getting older, as I'm getting more mature and as I am learning more about myself, I am recognizing that silence is an answer. Finding out that so many people have never and don't read any books, don't read any newspapers, don't look for resources, don't research, made me understand that some people's belief systems have nothing to do with them and they're just followers, and arguing with them when they know nothing is a waste of my time. They are latching on to who surrounds them because they have not done the work of self. And because of that, I don't need to argue with you. I don't need to argue with you at all. And that's just in those areas. But some of us come from families where you always feel like you have to defend yourself. And you don't. You don't, because all of the unpacking that we have been doing, we have been unpacking, we have been learning, we have been growing our tools. And guys, you have tools. You have the power to say no. You have the power to say so. And now we're going to learn how to have the power to say nothing. And I'm sharing this episode with you guys because this is one that I have not mastered yet. So I am giving us all information and I am giving us all advice so that we can go out into the world. And sometimes you just got to look and shrug your shoulder. And sometimes when I'm learning how to be silent, I'll have a whole motherfucking conversation in my head before I say anything out loud. Because even speaking sometimes is energy. Some people say shit to you because they want your energy. And in speaking, we are giving them our energy. Have you ever been in a relationship with someone and they start a fight with you? It's because they want your energy. And they know who to pick on. Me. They know who to say some shit to. Me. Because they want to get you riled up. Because they want your energy. Practice silence. Look at them as if they are strange, because the goal was to drain you. The goal was to steal your energy. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. I have been there over and over and over and over and over. But I am learning that silence is not passive. Silence is a decision. You're not ignoring those people or that thing. You are choosing not to engage where your peace is at risk. Do you guys understand that? All of these things are about our peace. And there are those in the world who are not happy, who are always trying to steal our peace. Excuse me. But I want us to learn how to use this power. Silence breaks down our need for validation. A lot of people respond because they want to be understood, but not everyone is committed to understanding you. Some people don't even give a fuck about you. Silence says, I don't need you to agree to stand in my truth. I don't care what you think about me. You can think whatever you want to think about me. Right? We are not here living in this world so that other people can always understand who we are. Just like people don't have to like us. And actually, guys, everyone should not like you. You are a whole human being, and your ego should not desire for everyone to like you, because do you know how much work that is? Trying to be everything for everyone and be liked by everyone? That sounds disgusting. Not every message deserves a response from you. Because some people are projections. I have this conversation with my sister all the time when her feelings are hurt by what someone has said to her. And I'm like, are you listening? Are you listening? Right? Because when you are listening and learning people, because that's the thing that some of us are always seeking so much validation that we are never often learning the person who is hurting us, learning how they feel and watching their patterns so that we can see how they feel about themselves. Because oftentimes when they are talking to us, they are projecting. When they are calling you stupid, they feel stupid. When they are judging you, they are judging themselves. So my greatest strength is that I see everything first through the lens of someone's projection. When they say you too old to be doing that, I hear that they think that they are too old to be doing that, or that when they get that age, they will be too old to be doing or saying or being that. But it ain't got shit to do with who I am. And like I keep saying, guys, I don't even know who the fuck they is. But yes, it can be projection. It can be manipulation. It could be to test your boundaries. Yeah, motherfuckers is out here always trying to step over the yellow line, always trying to test the boundaries. But sometimes if you don't say nothing, because people don't got nothing to work with if you don't say shit. Shut up. No, really, shut the fuck up. I'm taking my mic off my thing because it's falling down and I really want you guys to hear that. Shut up. Shut up. Sometimes just let them talk. They will tell you everything. Responding gives them energy. Silence could let it expire, but there are some people who will stew in it. But you're not going to get my energy. Silence protects your nervous system. Ladies, science says, statistics show that most of our diseases are related to our nervous system, and they are directly related to the fact that we are out here just putting up with shit. And I'm not asking you guys to be silent in the way that you are accepting, or silent in the way that you are forgiving, and silent in the way that you are being delusional, or silent in the way that you are giving your power back. I am asking you to know your power. I am asking you to stand in your power. I am asking you to see what the other person is doing and internally have all of the power. I am not asking you to deliberately silence yourself in the name of giving up your power to the other person. I am telling you to think inside your head. I am telling you to strategize inside of your head. I am telling you to be your whole self. I am telling you to see the projection, to see the manipulation, to see that they are testing your boundaries. And I am telling you to make decisions that are best for you inside of your head, because there is actually nothing that you can say to a fool that will get through to them. I am telling you to protect your nervous system. Constant explaining equals constant stress. You are fighting for your life. You are fighting to keep your head above the water, but silence helps to create space, clarity, emotional regulation. It is not avoidance. For some of you, it is self-respect in action. Some of you are begging people to have closure. Closure? Closure is not always a conversation. Sometimes closure is with you sitting with the patterns that they have created in your life and you going over them with yourself and you understanding your part, their part, and letting it go into the universe. Silence will say what your over explaining never could. You don't owe people access just because someone asked for it. Because talking is access to your words. It is access to your thoughts. It is access to your spirit. It is access to your soul. It is access to your process. And not everyone deserves to be part of your process. Peace. That's what I want for us. Peace. Peace sounds like nothing sometimes. I want us all to release the need to respond to everything. I want us to trust that silence can protect me. I want us to choose peace over proving your point. I want us to deserve space without feeling like we are in constant need of explaining ourselves to motherfuckers. I'm talking to myself. I am talking to you guys. When you have existed in your traumas, and when you have clawed yourself out of the black hole of that trauma, you realize that you will be unpacking for the rest of your life. And that could be a burden until you realize that you are part of the living, and that unpacking is like shedding. Your skin is always shedding. You are always becoming new, unpacking, unlearning. These are always times in your life where you get to renew. You get to see what has worked. You get to try new things. Yes, you are going to be triggered any time and place, and you don't know when or why. But when you do, now you have tools. I have tools. These episodes are so that we will always have an arsenal of our tools ready and willing to shoot on our behalf for who we are. We have been so indoctrinated into these systems of compliance. And I understand that it is not hard, that it is hard to change. This is why I don't talk about other people and social things and what's going on out in the world, because I understand how hard it is to change ourselves. Therefore, we cannot change others. We can only do the work of ourselves, and that is hard. But guess what? If we are all doing the work of ourselves, for ourselves, with ourselves, we are naturally making the world a better place. It's just that so many people don't want to do the work. And I don't know how to get to those people. Some of them think that they are enjoying power, think that they are enjoying abusing people, but they're not. They're sad. They're lonely. They're bitter. Right? They have tunnel vision. And I want us all to learn how to frolic. I love that word. I love the word frolic. I love the word whimsical, because those words exist in my magic garden. I want us all to learn how to create a space mentally, physically, that aligns with the life that we really, really want. But in order to do that, we must have the internal strength. This is why I'm going to share some ways for us to practice silence without feeling guilty, y'all. Pause before you respond. Not everything is urgent. I used to believe that everything was urgent. I had to respond to everything, answer everyone, fight for myself, because I was so used to fighting for myself that I didn't realize that silence can be the fight that I choose. We have choices now. Information gives us choices and resources, and sometimes silence is the choice. I want you to give yourself space We don't have to respond immediately. We don't have to fix the tone in the room. We don't have to explain your side right away. And this happens to me at work. If I don't like somebody, my coworker friend, Sissy, she will step in and speak to people. And I believe that because she is fixing the tone, she is taking up the space that I am unwilling to take up. But I realize now that that is the power. My saying nothing makes the whole room uncomfortable, and she's trying to fix it, and I'm not trying to fix shit. If they don't know why I don't like them, that also is none of my business. But they don't deserve my energy. They don't deserve for the tone to be fixed. Sit in it. Sit in it, because the most powerful thing that you can often do is to say what, guys? Say nothing, because when you pause, you get to ask, am I responding from peace or pressure? Decide what actually deserves your energy. Thought thinkers, you get to make a choice. Everything that reaches you is not meant for you. Some conversations are emotionally draining, repetitive, or rooted in misunderstanding that the other person isn't willing to fix. I know we have all been there. I know we have been there in conversations with people fighting, and they just want to be right through their own eyes. Let them. Let them. Some people get a hard on just for arguing. Stop exciting them, if you know what I mean. Because here's the truth. You don't have to attend every argument you're invited to. Silence becomes easier when you stop treating every interaction like it's some fucking obligation. Let people sit with their own assumptions. And this is a good one. When I said that you don't have to change the tone, let them sit in whatever the fuck they think about you, because what people think about you is none of your business, especially when you don't give a fuck about them, and especially when they have wronged you. And I know this one can be uncomfortable, because a lot of us speak up just to correct how we're being perceived. But not everyone is committed to seeing you clearly. Some people are committed to their version of you, and they need you to stand in that version of you. I don't talk a lot about narcissists because I don't know a lot about narcissists, but I know that they don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you yesterday, today, or tomorrow. Who you are to them is who you are in their head, not who you are. It's who they perceive you to be for them. Where they put you, that's it. If they think you're perfect Patty and you're not perfect Patty, then they'll berate you. But stop giving a fuck. Right? Stop speaking just to correct how you're being perceived. They're going to perceive you any way they want. And when you are yelling and screaming and talking, now they're going to be adding crazy and all these things that I really don't give a fuck about, but some of you still care. Some people are committed to their own version of you. And that, my friend, is none of your business. Your silence will say, I trust that I don't need to explain myself into being understood. Let them sit in it. Your peace is more important than being perfectly interpreted. What crazy, right? Perfectly interpreted. I be trying to use these fancy words sometimes, and I don't even know why I be trying to use these fucking fancy words. But the truth is, guys, we have all been here. Every last one of us has been here. We do not need to respond to everything. Whew, I'm saying that as I say that to you guys, I'm saying that to myself. I do not need to respond to everything. I am going to choose peace over proving my point. Because sometimes there's no point to prove. And if the other person is unreceptive or you are unreceptive, what's the point? Our silence is not a weakness. We are allowed to step back without explanation. We deserve space. Even when other people do not understand us, silence isn't about shutting down. It's about showing up differently for ourselves. It's about recognizing that your energy is valuable because we are valuable, and not every situation deserves access to your value. You don't have to explain every boundary. You don't have to respond to every message, and you definitely don't have to prove who you are to people who have already decided who you are not. Sometimes silence will say everything your words can't. And if nobody told you today, I'm telling you that you deserve you today. And I'm tired of talking to you guys. Bye.